So, as we might have mentioned a couple weeks ago, we got the 12-inch CarPlay update in our 2021 F-150 3.0 Power Stroke Diesel, and haven't driven the Power Boost in a while because it's down in South Carolina right now on a temporary project down there, and it's great because we've been talking about this for 2 years now, that the way it came from the factory, the CarPlay only occupied a very small portion of the screen. And it's this beautiful 12-inch screen, works very well. It's not perfect, but it works very well. And yet the CarPlay was only like about maybe I don't know, 2/3 of the width of the thing. And so as a result, it's only effectively an 8-inch screen and not a 12-inch screen. And after 2 long years, Ford has finally seen fit to send out an over-the-air update that makes it a full 12-inch CarPlay. And you can actually switch back and forth. There you go. And this is really the way it should have been from the start. Not complaining that they finally did it, but it's just surprising that it took them this long to realize that's the way it was meant to be. And the other thing is that the over-the-air updates, some people got this same update more than a month earlier, and then some people like us finally got it, I don't know, 2-3 weeks ago. And what's frustrating is that Tesla has been doing this for more than 10 years with their over-the-air updates. What the hell is this guy doing here? And they work perfectly. We had a Tesla for 2 years. When the over-the-air update came, it was just in the system the next morning, and it was seamless. You didn't even notice it happening most of the time. You know, or it gave you a message that said, hey, you're going to get an over-the-air update at 2 in the morning or whatnot, and you just kind of said, okay. And then the next morning, there was something new and different about your car that had never been there before. And actually, as relates to Bluetooth and your phone pairing up, a lot of people had complained to Tesla about the fact that, you know, sometimes your phone pairs up and the car takes over from your phone when you're standing 10 feet away and you're listening to your phone on your headset or your earbuds or whatever, and then the phone just sort of the car just sort of grabs the signal and like force connects to your phone when you don't really want it to. And then you got to go and mess with your phone and disconnect it, and it just turns into a real hassle. And somebody complained on Twitter probably, and then Elon Musk said, oh yeah, that is a problem. And in the space of a couple of days, they pushed out an update to every single Tesla owner to where your phone would not pair up with the car, and the car would not take over the audio from your phone until you had like opened the door, sat down, and then closed the door again, the driver's door. And that took a couple of days after somebody made the complaint and it got to his attention. And it went out to thousands and thousands of owners instantly. And so what's kind of annoying is that, you know, here we are a full decade after the Tesla came out with the over-the-air updates, the first Model S. And Ford is still really slow with the updates. And sometimes they come and sometimes they don't, and it rolls out, you know, over a very small portion of the fleet, little by little, and then eventually over the course of a couple months, you get it. And this is just a minor issue. It's just your stupid CarPlay. It's not the end of the world. But it's a little bit disappointing that it takes that long to get an over-the-air update for a very obvious fix to a problem that a lot of people, not just us, have been talking about for 2 full years. Again, what can I say? It's done. But Ford still has the problem that Tesla did years ago where, you know, you get out of the vehicle, you're talking on your headset, and maybe you're at a gas station. You go into a gas station, you're on the phone, and you left your car running while you had it at the pump or whatnot, and then you walk back out of the gas station and you're getting towards your car, your F-150, and then all of a sudden you lose the call because instead of it being on your headset, the truck has taken over the call. And so now the audio, and so now your phone call is like being run through your speakerphone, but you're still like 20 feet away from the car. And it's just a massive pain in the backside. And so it would be really nice if Ford would be a little more quick on the draw and hear people's concerns and say, oh yeah, you know what, that is a problem. Maybe we shouldn't have the car grab your Bluetooth and take over your phone until maybe you do the same thing that they figured out with Tesla, where you open the driver's door, you sit down, and then you close the driver's door. And maybe then the car and the Bluetooth can take over your phone, because then you're in a position to continue your phone call now that you're sitting in the car instead of 20 feet away from the car. So anyway, again, just wanted to point that out. It's a neat update. Glad it happened finally. Wish it hadn't taken this long. And there's a lot of other things Ford could be making corrections to. And it would be nice if they would not take another 2 years to fix each one of them. By the way, we test drove a Lightning yesterday, just kind of out of curiosity. It was a Lariat with, I think, the 17-inch screen, which is in portrait mode and not landscape mode. And it's kind of interesting how they did it. Not in love with the idea, because it doesn't have like a full screen map the way the Tesla does. The Tesla has a gigantic full screen map. And that's very, very useful. The Lightning has, again, I think it's 17 inches. And it's not a full screen map. It's sort of compartmentalized, just like this one, where you got like some stuff at the top, you got some stuff at the bottom, some stuff on the sides. And so your CarPlay in the Lightning, or any other Ford with the 17-inch portrait mode screen, your CarPlay is only a small portion of it. And your CarPlay is it's not even a full 12 inches wide. It's about that high and maybe 10 inches wide. So believe it or not, your CarPlay in the much bigger screen, the 17-inch screen, is a smaller portion in terms of overall size and area than your CarPlay in a 12-inch screen. And in addition, that 17-inch screen does have a volume knob kind of sticking out of it, but it doesn't have like a temp knob, and it doesn't have your buttons for your heaters, and so you can't control any of the HVAC on your 17-inch screen, except on the 17-inch screen. There's no backup buttons for it, and so that's a little bit annoying, because when you're driving 75 on the highway and you just want to change the temp, or you want to turn off your seat heaters, that's not the easiest thing to do in the Lightning with that big screen. And so physical buttons and physical knobs are still necessary. And it's almost a safety issue. In fact, it is a safety issue. You do not want to be having to fiddle with your screen to adjust the temperature in your vehicle at 75 miles an hour. So given the choice in the matter, we would keep the 12-inch screen and keep the physical buttons if we had the choice in the matter. I mean, I think if you get the Lariat Lightning, you don't have a choice, and you're going to have that 17-inch screen no matter what. And that's too bad. Because, like I said, it doesn't give you a gigantic 17-inch full screen map like the Tesla does on the older Model S's or Model X's. It just gives you a 17-inch screen that's got a bunch of like partitioned areas to it, and really all they do is replace physical buttons but don't add any functionality, and it's actually less of a useful user experience, unfortunately. All right, well, thanks everyone. That's all for now. Hope you all are having a great weekend, and we'll talk to you later.